Welcome to the Marketing Revolution podcast. This is the underground movement of savage marketers from all over the world. We are not Fortune 500 companies. We are real entrepreneurs with real businesses that have one major thing in mind: to set goals and devour them daily. Because we understand that everyone wants to eat, but only savage marketers are willing to do the hunt. Now let's get this revolution started. Hey, what's up, everybody? John Hiley here with the Marketing Revolution podcast and the Marketing Savage Facebook group. I hope you guys are having an amazing Sunday, and I'm coming to you today with another Savage Sunday sermon. What I want to talk about, I picked up a book. I got it right here at the airport whenever we flew back in from Dallas. So I picked up this book, and I didn't realize how much knowledge was actually in this book. I literally just seen it. And some of you guys who are on part of the Facebook group, you can see that it's got a nice leather cover. But the name of this book is Wisdom from the Word, and it's specifically for men. I don't really get the for men part because I haven't found anything in here that seems to be just for men. But apparently that's what sells the book. Probably it's good marketing, right? So they geared it up. I guess their audience on this specific book with the look and everything is for men. But I want to use this to pull some of the topics that we talk about. It's incredible. It's almost like they organized everything for me. So that way that I have a Savage Sunday sermon that we can kind of pick specific topics. So the way this book works is, I'll give you an example right here. We've got humility. And then on the next page, you got hypocrisy. And then on the next page, you got intimacy. And then on the next page, you got jealousy, and so on and so on. And there's probably, I don't know how many pages in this book, 300, perhaps 300 pages. And what they do is they give you a quote from the Bible, and then they come down and talk, give you some more quotes. And then they also, sometimes they actually insert what the way they feel about it, or they kind of articulate it for you. Other times they just stick with biblical quotes. So, but it's been incredible. I've been reading through this thing all morning, and I'm like, damn. And one of the cool things, I think humility is very misunderstood, and I'm sure we'll go into a longer, a deeper podcast on that. But I want to talk specifically about this because I read this quote and it really struck me. And it said, those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. And I don't know if many of you guys are like me. I'm like, what the fuck does exalted mean, number one, right? And essentially that means that you think that you're better than other people. You have a high rank. You have a high status. You're giving yourself this high rank or this high status in society. And what it's saying is that those who exalt themselves, meaning you give yourself this ranking, and there's a big difference here, guys. You give yourself this ranking, will be humbled, okay? Meaning you're going to be like, oh shit, okay, maybe I think a little too much about myself, right? Maybe I think that I'm the shit, and that's just really actually being shitty. And those who humble themselves will be exalted, all right? And man, I've had podcasts and I've talked to you guys about this before, simply that, being humble is just, looking at people and not thinking that you're like better than them. You know what I mean? Now, it's not letting negative, shitty people in your life and letting toxic people in your life. The Bible is actually full of fucking quotes about that shit. And it's not letting jealous people in your life. It's not, it's not avoiding negative people. Being humble is not avoiding negative people. It's just wishing the best for them and never thinking that you're above them because you have money, you have wealth, or you have some sort of knowledge, or you're educated, or some sort of feeling that you're above other people because of something you possess internally. Humble is, looking at other people and going, man, I've been there too. I could easily see how my life would have went down that path. Like, I feel for you. I understand you, right? And not thinking that you're above, kicking it with somebody because of some social status and some sort of how much money they have or anything to that nature. Okay. So that's being humble. And it's also the way you treat people in general. I think it's like when you walk into a store and you have somebody who's a cashier, are you being a dick to them because you're You think that whatever position you have in life is better than whatever position they currently have in life. I think there's things like that. So a lot of times, we got to watch from exalting ourselves, meaning thinking that we're superior from other people, because we're going to be humbled. There's going to be, especially if you carry that chip on your shoulder all the time and you're judging people based on that, guess what? You're going to run into some motherfuckers that make you feel really tiny, really fucking tiny, okay? Because you're not the biggest, baddest fucking thing on planet Earth. And what happens is you will be judged by that. If you judge people by that, then you're going to be judged by that. And you're going to feel that judgment on a daily basis, okay? So it works both ways. So if you spend your time judging people and you're walking around, you feel exalted, you feel bigger, you feel better than these other people. Like you couldn't, give a homeless person $1, whatever it is. You know what I mean? You feel like you're above these people for whatever reason. You're going to be humbled. Somebody's going to come along and they're going to be like, nah, fuck you, dude. You ain't shit to me. Oh, what? You think you're little $300,000 a year? Guess what, bitch? I'm making $3 million a year. Guess what, bitch? I'm making 30. You may start making $3 million a year. Guess what, bitch? I'm making 30 million a year. Look at you. I'm better than you, right? So you will be literally be judged by that. If you carry that chip around on your shoulder and you're out in public exalting yourself over somebody, then you are going to be humbled, okay? However, on the contrary, those who humble themselves will be exalted, meaning that people will just see that inside of you and see that you are a humble person, that you're not somebody who thinks your shit doesn't stink. You're not somebody who is above, talking to the people on the corner, right? Down at the old corner store back home, right? And bullshitting with them. You're not above, you're not stuck up, you're not looking at them just because they haven't made it as far as you, looking down upon them. You're humbling yourself. You have the opportunity to be very fucking kind, really just to be kind to people, to be nice to people, But again, that's not to let negative people in your life, to not let certain type of people as part of your life, especially if they're jealous, things like that. That's to be humble enough to recognize that we're all human and you're not above and better, and you will be exalted, meaning people will see that in you. And I'm assuming that God would also exalt you for this. But the people will see you in this way, will see you in that humble light, and they will hold you at a very high regard. Other people will hold you at a very high regard, although you do not hold yourself at that level, okay? So that's incredible, because that one quote in the Bible, and I'm going to go over this: those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. Think about it, guys. Take the opportunity when you're out and about in the world to shine your light on people, and shine it in a way where you are trying to ignite their flame. You are trying to ignite their light. I mean, I've told you guys over and over again, that's what this movement's about. It's that we're blazing our torch so we can touch other people's torches and set it ablaze, okay, to set them on fire. And we don't do that by status. We don't do that by exalting ourselves. We do that by humbling ourselves, telling our story in a way that we want other people to come up, right? Never holding or oppressing anybody around you from coming up and even surpassing you. You want people to go higher than you. In fact, you want to be the motherfucker that gives them. You guys ever remember that thing when you and your buddies would climb on top of a roof or climb over a fence or something like that, where you would take your hand and make it like a ladder step so your buddy could step on it, and then he could get his hands up on the top of the fence and then climb over it? Well, that's what you need to become for the people around you, okay? Because if you can get them up to the top of the fence, what does your buddy do? He turns around, he reaches his hand down and pulls you up. You've got to be the individual that can put these thoughts aside, that it's a damn contest between you and the people around you. It's a contest at who can help each other the most. Think about that. It's a contest of who can help each other the most. I had to change my circle recently. I hang around completely. If you were to go 1 year ago, like 1 year back, I don't hang around with a lot of the people that I hung around with a year ago. I completely changed my circle because I seen that not everybody inside of my circle was rooting for each other. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody was rooting for each other, meaning that when one of us got a win, not everybody in the room was clapping. There was people that felt like they should have got that win, or there was jealousy. There was jealousy. Now, I'm not saying everybody I kicked it with was jealous. Don't get me wrong. And I still do kick it with some of the people I did a year ago. But in general, my complete circle has changed and leveled up. And now I'm around nothing but winners, you guys. Nothing but fucking winners. Nothing but people that want to pull you up. Nothing but people that want to lead by example and are very happy to help each other get to the next level. You got to make sure you surround yourself with these type of people, my friends, and then teach people, and then be humble enough to go back to your old friends, not exalting yourself over them, but teach them, what it is what it is to help each other, and how important that is to be like that in your circle, right? But you got to be able to distinguish that as well. You got to be able to distinguish who around you is not very happy when there's wins in your circle, right? And you got to understand that people go through different things at different times in life. And I think we've all been there. We've all been a person who may have not been so happy about somebody succeeding or moving past us. And I think we've all had these feelings inside of us. But the truth of the matter is, like, each and every fucking one of us knew that it was wrong. Like, deep down, you knew that feeling that was coming over you when you were you felt like you wanted to be suppressive of somebody around you. You knew at the deepest level that it was internally fucking wrong. And that's because it is. It is wrong. It is wrong. I'm going to read you guys real quick. There's a quote on jealousy here that I want to talk about. And it's the Bible. It's actually Proverbs 14:30. A peaceful heart leads to a healthy body. Jealousy is like cancer in the bones. That's what the fucking word of God says, y'all. A peaceful heart leads to a healthy body. Jealousy is like cancer in the fucking bones, man. That basically means it's like cancer at the deepest fucking core that you can get inside of your fucking body, your heart, your mind, your soul. That's what that's saying there. So if you're ever inclined to be jealous because somebody's coming up around you, all I got to tell you is that you should speak their success. You should get out, even if you don't feel it in your heart and mind, you should get out there and speak it and say it and do something about it and clap for them and comment on their shit and like their shit. And I don't even give a fuck what bad habits you have bred in you. You need to fucking breed that shit out of you. And the way you do it is by going out there and verbally becoming supportive. When God first started the earth, he said, "Let there be light." He started the earth with words, and your mind, your body, your soul, all of that shit will be healed with the words that come out of your mouth. So when you start intentionally changing these words, it will work like from the outside in, and it will heal you of any kind of jealous cancer that you have that's struck in all the way down to the fucking bone. I know I'm not talking to all of you out there, but I feel like I'm talking to somebody. I feel like I'm talking to somebody out there. And, but anyhow, y'all, Savage Sunday sermon, guys. Savage Sunday sermon, guys. And if you guys want to look at the quote of, I don't know if I said this, but the humility, that is, those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. That is Matthew 23:12. All right, everybody, appreciate you for coming along on this Sunday, the Savage Sunday sermon. And as usual, I want to see you on that next one.